Vanakkam, I'm Chennai Singapenne Akshita Nandagopal. As always, I'm getting you all the big updates from the ground here in Tamil Nadu as well as Kerala. Let me start off with a report that I filed from a small town called Paramakudi. Why is it important? Well, this is Kamal Haasan's hometown. He's often been referred to as the alternative this election season. Is that what people in his native and his hometown also feel? Here's what they told me. Will Kamal Haasan become a superstar political leader in Tamil Nadu like an MGR or a Jayalalitha, the other film star, superstar politicians who were there before him? There has been much support for Kamal Haasan's political venture, though it is still to be seen whether that translates into votes or not. We visited his hometown on the outskirts of Madurai to gauge the electoral mood on the ground. This building is the actor politician's ancestral home. While the property is no longer with the family, everyone in the town of Paramakudi still refers to it as Kamal's home. This is the ancestral home of Kamal Haasan. It's where tourists, locals all come swarming every once in a while to catch a glimpse of the house in which Kamal Haasan also was. And you can see that it's a matter of great pride for the residents of this area. His posters are plastered all around this building and across this entire area as well. They say with a lot of pride that Kamal Haasan is from our area. Neighbours are used to the media spotlight. They say their street is known across the town as the street where Kamal used to stay.
எங்கள் கம்யூனிஸ்ட் வந்தாங்கன்னா நாங்கள் பார்ப்போம் பேசுவோம் எல்லாம் நாங்கள் செய்வோம் பார்ப்போம் எங்களுக்கு வணக்கம் சொல்லுவாங்க கும்பிடுவாங்க நாங்கள் நல்லா செய்கிறோமான்னு சொல்லுவாங்க நாங்கள் வீட்டுக்கு பக்கத்துலேயே இருக்கோம் சிங்காரத்தோப்பு கருப்பண சுவாமி கோயில் இடத்துல நாங்கள் இருக்கோம்
அவர் வீட்டுக்கு பக்கத்தில் நாங்கள் இருக்கனால எங்களுக்கு நல்ல பெருமை யார் கேட்டாலும் கமல் வீட்டை தான் அட்ரஸ் சொல்லுவோம் கமல் வீட்டுக்கு பக்கத்து வீடு அப்படின்னு அட்ரஸ் சொல்லுவோம் அதனால் சார் எங்கள் ஏரியாவை இன்னும் நல்லா டெவலப் பண்ணலாம்.
But while there's pride, there's also a bit of anger because locals feel that Kamal Haasan has done nothing for the development of his hometown.
கண்டிப்பாக போட மாட்டேன் நான் கமல்ஹாசனுக்கு ஓட்டு. ஏன்னா அவர் இந்த ஊராக இருந்தாலும் இந்த ஊருக்கு எதுவுமே செய்யலை. அவர் இருந்த வீட்டையே விற்றுட்டு போயிட்டார். இந்த ஊரில் உள்ள பிறந்தங்கிறதுக்கான எந்த ஒரு இதுவுமே அவர் செய்யலை. அதனால் அவருக்கு போட மாட்டோம்.
கமல்ஹாசன் இப்போ அரசியல் வந்திருக்காரு, வரவேற்கத்தக்கதான், ஒரு தமிழனா வரவேற்கணும். பட் ஆனால் அவர் இதுக்கு முன்னாடியே வந்திருக்கலாம். ஏன்னா அவர் சம்பாரித்து நல்ல ஃபீல்டில் இருந்தப்போ மக்களுக்கு செய்யன்றப்ப வந்திருக்கலாம். இப்போ வந்திருக்காரு. இப்போ வந்தாலும் என்ன ஒரு லாபம்னு தெரியல. ஜெயலலிதாவும் கருணாநிதி இல்லைன்ற ஒரு பட்சத்தில் வந்திருக்காரோன்ற மாதிரி யோசிக்கிறது தோணுது. ஏன்னா ஒரு நல்ல தலைவர்கள் இருக்கையில் அவர் வரலையே. இல்லை, கண்டிப்பாக கமல்ஹாசனுக்கு அந்த மாதிரி வாய்ப்பு இல்லை. ஏன்னா நம்ம ஊர் சொந்த மண்ணுன்றாரு. சொந்த மண்ணில் இங்கே என்ன செஞ்சிருக்காது வரைக்கும். நம்ம ஹோட்டல் பேர் என்ன?
When a film star joins politics, the star is hopeful that his fan base would transfer to votes as well. But the challenge for a real star turned politician is to meet people's expectations in real life. A place where there are hardly any retakes and the spotlight never switches off. Now, amid this kind of a feeling, we must say that there are some, of course, who in the town have spoken to us and said that they believe Kamal Haasan stands a good chance, that they say with great pride that Kamal Haasan is from their hometown. However, there are others who say that Kamal simply hasn't done anything for the locals and has forgotten his roots. With video journalist Shivamurthy, this is Akshita Nandagopal reporting from Paramakudi for India Today. This election season isn't just a very, very busy time for us journalists and for politicians, but also for artists, people who mimic politicians and they dress up as some of the biggest politicians that Tamil Nadu has seen, whether it's Stalin, MGR, Jayalalitha, Kalaignar. You've got all of them covered by this artist. Akshay Nath and Daniel report.
It is 4 p.m. and 45-year-old Kamal Senthil is busy getting ready. He paints his face, applies some lipstick and finally colors his moustache black. He then dons a white shirt and throws a red scarf around his neck. And he's ready for work. Work for him means impersonating DMK chief MK Stalin. With Tamil Nadu elections just days away, Senthil has been booked for 4 appearances this week. He'll be going around with DMK cadres and campaigning for the DMK. While the crowd he garners is not comparable to the real Stalin, Senthil's presence ensured DMK chief's presence at more than one place at a time.
அது எங்கள் மாதிரி தான் ரொம்ப கஷ்டம்தாங்க. ஏன்னா நாங்கள் வந்து ஒரு வீட்டில் வந்து எவ்வளோ நஷ்டம் எல்லாம் இருந்து பட்டாங்களா அதை வந்து நாங்கள் டூப்பு நாங்கள் காமிக்கிறதில்ல. 1000-2000 பேர் முன்னால் வந்து நாங்கள் எங்கள் நஷ்டம் சொல்ல மாட்டோம். அவங்க சந்தோஷப்படுத்துறது தான் எங்கள் சந்தோஷம். அவ்வளோதான். இப்போ ஏன்னா இதே மாதிரி நம்ம இந்த கட்சியில் வேணால் நம்ம இருக்கலாம், எதை நடிக்கலாம். அது வந்து நம்ம தொழில்னா அதுக்கு தான் போய் ஆகும் நம்ம.
MK Stalin or Kamal Hassan to be there in every location during elections is an impossible task. So what really do political parties do? They take in lookalike artists like Kamal Senthil and ensure the presence of all these leaders are felt. Well, today he's donning the role of MK Stalin, and for the next couple of days he will be traveling in and around Coimbatore during the party rallies to ensure the presence of MK Stalin's lookalike. Well, this is festival season for lookalike artists, be it MGR, Jayalalitha, Karnanidhi or Kamal Hassan. All of these lookalike artists hit the floor.
What is interesting is that Senthil has been impersonating another pole warrior, Kamal Hassan, for over 3 decades and is even a member of the actor-turned-politicians party, Makkal Nidhi Mayyam.
ஸ்டாலின் சொல்லுவாங்க, அதை வேறு கமல் மாதிரி போயினா கமல்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அது மாதிரி அங்கே அந்த போய் நடிச்சுக்குவோம். அதான் நாங்கள் நடிக்கிறோங்கன்னு சொல்கிறது நம்ம.
Rajani Mani, as his name suggests, is superstar Rajinikanth's lookalike. For over 25 years now, Mani has been involved in stage shows, posing and acting like Rajinikanth. For him, it was a period of high expectations when Rajinikanth a few months back announced about his political entry.
ரஜினி வரதுக்கு முன்னாடி வந்து அரசியல் பரபரப்பாக இருந்தது. டோட்டலாக பார்த்தோம்னா இந்தியாவை கொஞ்சம் எதிர்பார்த்துருந்தது. எல்லாம் சந்தோஷமாக இருந்தாங்க, நாங்களும் எதிர்பார்த்துட்டு இருந்தோம் அரசியலுக்கு வரணும்னு. ஆனால் அவர் என்ன சூழ்நிலையும் தெரியல, உடல்நிலை காரணம் காட்டி அவர் அரசியலுக்கு வரலைன்ட்டாப்புல. அது உங்களுக்கு ஒரு மனவேதனை இருந்தாலுமே அவர் உடல்நலம் கருதி எங்களை போல நடிகர்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு வாழ்வாதாரம் தருமாறு இந்த கவர்மெண்ட்டை நான் கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன்.
The pandemic hit many of these artists hard, but the poll season has come as a ray of hope for these lookalikes, who hope that some stardust from the political stars changes their fortunes too. With Akshaya Nath, Bureau Report, India Today.
Welcome back. Let me now get you the latest reports that Gopi 8 and my colleague has filed from Kerala. There's been a lot of talk about the education system in Kerala and how really it's been very innovative and one of a kind. Gopi 8 finds out why it's so different. He visited 2 schools in Kozhikode which have had a makeover under the PRISM project launched by the local MLA.
With 96.2%, Kerala has the highest literacy rate in the country. And experts believe the credit goes to the state's education infrastructure, something that the opposing ruling dispensations have nurtured over their tenures in the years gone by.
Today we are going to find out what makes the government schools in Kerala so attractive and special among the students and the families.
Nadakawa Governor Girls Vocationally Higher Secondary School in Kochi struggled with facilities till 2009. But now the school is doing much better. The transformation began after the local MLA adopted the school.
There have been many changes coming. So I just selected the school because it has international standards.
The government and government-aided schools accommodate a whopping 41 lakh students out of the total around 46 lakh students in the state. The remaining 5.8 lakh students depend on private schools for their primary and higher secondary education. Over the years, the government schools in the state have attracted more students than ever before.
I came from Kendra Vidyalaya number 1 Calicut, and this is something which is very different from CBSE.
My elder sister who studied in the school, and she gave me many ideas and thoughts about the school, and I had a great interest to study in school.
According to the State Education Department, there are 5,986 government schools in Kerala which provide free education to students. This is in addition to the 8,183 government-aided schools which are financially supported by the government and charge very little fee from the students.
Infrastructure is important, but what is more important is basically in terms of what you're actually able to kind of bring about as change in children and all other stakeholders, I mean specifically teachers.
Karaparambu is yet another school which was once completely shut down by the government, but it is now one of the model schools in the state. The main entrance and courtyard to the building went viral on social media soon after inauguration. This is also the only government school in Kerala which runs entirely on solar power.
Both the students and teachers have a newfound inspiration to better themselves.
Not just A. Pradeep Kumar, other MLAs too have started adopting schools. Though this time Pradeep Kumar is not contesting, he hopes that his successor will follow on the path that he set.
When I contested, I met so many this type of pupils. Then they will assure me that I will give you the vote. We will give vote for you. We will vote for you. That was the response. This time they assured that they will give the vote for our new candidate. But they are very anxious about this coming of the government.
Like this Karaparambu school behind me, there are many other public schools in the state which are in the pipeline to be transformed into centers of excellence. If things go according to the plan, then we will see a second educational revolution in the state of Kerala, which would attract lakhs and lakhs of more students to the government schools in the state here. With camera person Tinku Rajshekharan, Gopi Krishnan in Kozhikode for India Today.
And this is Chennai Singapore signing off. Thank you very much for watching. Same time tomorrow, I'll be joining you with the latest reports from the ground here in Tamil Nadu as well as Kerala.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.